This is Raider News Update with Madeline Dhaliwal and Marisol Pacaja with the news, Claire Cohen with arts and entertainment, and Dan Lynch with sports. And now, from Studio B at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School, Madeline Dhaliwal and Marisol Pacaja.
Welcome to the period 6-7 edition of Raider News Update. I'm Maddie Dhaliwal.
And I'm Marisol Pacaja. Mole Day officially fell on Sunday, October 23rd, but was celebrated at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School on Friday, October 21st. Let's catch up with a Mole Day participant to see how the celebration went.
Hi, this is Christy Least. I'm here with sophomore chemistry student Jenny Lynch. Can you tell us about Mole Day?
Mole Day is celebrating the equation 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd.
And what are you guys doing for Mole Day?
Well, we made these t-shirts in class, and we're wearing them today, even though Mole Day is on Sunday. And we are carrying around water bottles, and teachers and students that do not take chemistry or a chemistry teacher have to guess how many moles are in the bottle. If they guess correctly, they get a Mole Day pencil.
Wonderful. So are you guys doing anything special today in class, or just talking about moles?
We're having a party, and then we're finishing up our Mole Day shirts, and we play Jeopardy, and we're doing all that stuff. So it's fun.
What do you mean Jeopardy?
Like, there's like a Mole Day Jeopardy where he asks us like a bunch of questions about moles and see if we like know them. It's pretty cool.
All right.
Yep.
Now back to the studio.
Beads of Hope, a night of celebration, is a fundraising event sponsored by the Fanwood Scotch Plains Rotary Club to support and aid young girls in Kampala, Uganda. The goal of the event is to raise funds to help sustain a home in Kampala that rescues young girls from a life of child labor and prostitution. The home is a place that gives hope, love, and education so that they can become self-sustaining young adults. When these girls are not in school, they make paper beads, a Ugandan art. They are made from recycled paper, and every bead is as individual as the woman who made it. Wearing a necklace of these beads is like wearing a prayer around your neck. Beads of Hope, a night of celebration, will be held on November 19th at 7:30 p.m. at the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School auditorium. Local musicians and entertainers are volunteering their time to perform for this exciting evening. Tickets start at just $5 for students, and every dollar raised will be donated to the nonprofit Set Her Free organization. Your involvement will help provide these young girls with food and shelter and enable them toward a road of rehabilitation. The unique beads will be available for sale during intermission. Students can buy tickets from members of the Interact Club starting November 7th, or can purchase their tickets the night of the event at the door. Don't forget to buy your ticket and support this important cause.
The annual Mr. Spiffy High show, put together by DECA, was on Friday, October 28th. Footage from the show will be shown on next week's edition of Raider News Update, but the preparations were made this week. Let's catch up with a DECA member to see how the preparations went.
Hi, I'm on location with President of DECA, Catherine Romaniano. So, Catherine, I know that Mr. Spiffy High was on Friday, October 28th, and there was like a lot of preparations going into putting that whole like extravagant evening together. So, how many contestants were there?
14.
And how did you go about selecting all of those seniors?
Well, this year our goal was to get a group of diverse boys involved. So a lot of people volunteered, and then we just ended up choosing 14 of them.
Mm-hmm. And like, how did you? I know there's a dance in the beginning and the end of the whole show. How did you even go about getting all those boys like to cooperate and getting them to memorize that whole dance? Because I know that can be kind of difficult.
Well, it was really complicated, but believe it or not, the boys did end up listening to us. But it was just a lot of dedication that the boys had to apply, but it was definitely worth it.
And what was like the hardest part of the whole thing?
I would have to say trying to get them all in the same room because they all have such different schedules, but it ended up working out.
And I know that being a senior, this is your first and only year. Like, what did you take away from like being like ahead of putting everything together? Like, what did you take away from that?
I definitely have like a big leadership feeling about the whole thing, but I'm really happy that I was able to be a part of it and experience this.
Okay, thank you. Now back to the studio.
The National Honor Society's newly selected members were inducted this past Tuesday, October 26th at 7:30 p.m. in the high school auditorium. 31 new members, juniors and seniors, were selected for NHS this year. The students were inducted by Dr. Heisey, Mr. Valentine, and the NHS officers in front of their friends and family. Let's go on location to hear more about it. Hi, I'm Dhaliwal here with Tess Canone, who was recently inducted into the National Honor Society. Tess, can you tell us a little bit about how the night played out?
We sat in the audience and we heard a guest speaker and we got on stage and we got an award and a pin.
And did your friends or family attend?
My mom, my dad, my brother and sister came, and then also my aunt and my cousin.
Great. So can you tell us a little bit about what National Honor Society is all about?
It's about being a good student, being a leader, getting involved, and also doing a lot of community service.
All right. Well, thank you and congratulations. Back to the studio.
In recent news, the state of Ohio went into a state of shock regarding an incident that occurred in Zanesville, Ohio. Terry Thompson, the owner of an exotic animal preserve, cut the locks of cages of the animals that resided there and let them loose in the streets before committing suicide. Police and citizens were terrified through the night, and police had to take violent precautions using bullets to kill the animals who could potentially harm innocent citizens. Nearly 50 animals were killed. Schools were closed and precautions were taken to protect the population of 25,000 people in Zanesville, Ohio.
The annual Student Leadership Conference was held last weekend at a YMCA camp in Newton, New Jersey. Students were selected by teachers to go on the trip and spent the weekend participating in team-building exercises and icebreakers in order to improve their leadership skills. Let's go on location to find out more. Dhaliwal here on location with Colleen Farrell, who attended the Student Leadership Conference. Colleen, can you tell us a little bit about SLC?
SLC is a leadership opportunity where a group of students get together and do fun team-building activities.
Great, and what was your favorite part about the weekend?
I liked canoeing the best because you got to see the beautiful lake.
And what do you think you're going to take away from this experience?
I'm excited to do the charity project where we'll do a clothing drive for ALS.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Back to the studio.
And now let's go to Quote of the Week.
And now let's go to Arts and Entertainment with Claire Cohen.
Thanks, Maddie. The top 5 songs of the week are number 5, Pumped Up Kicks by Foster People, number 4, Someone Like You by Adele, number 3, Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5, number 2, Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO, and counting down at number 1, We Found Love by Rihanna. The top 5 movies to see this week are number 5, The Ides of March, number 4, The Three Musketeers, number 3, Footloose, number 2, Real Steel, and counting down at number 1, Paranormal Activity 3. Watch out, SBF, because we have a brand new dance team ready to twirl the school around. You may have seen them at the pep rally and homecoming game, but this year they're expanding to more school events such as Mr. Spiffy High, the Dodgeball Tournament, and Relay for Life. At last year's hip hop dance competition, they're hoping to take their 3rd place title to 1st place this spring. During the busy basketball season, the girls perform at most boys' varsity games, so make sure to go out and show your support. Now let's go to Critics Corner with Matt Ketner.
Thanks, Claire. I'm Matt, and welcome to Critics Corner. Today I will be reviewing Three Musketeers, an action-adventure comedy drama with everything and more. This is a classic tale of the Three Musketeers everyone knows, brought back to life for the silver screen. The movie stars Vince Vaughn, Logan Lerman, and Alex Ostermar as the Three Musketeers that make their way through France and have to battle tons of evil villains we know from the original story. The sword scenes and the crossbow battles have some of the greatest action sequences I've definitely seen in 2011 by far. The director, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, is definitely bringing it up the peak, because as you know, usually when old stories get redone in movies, they're not too good, and they find their way of losing some of the original pizzazz. But this movie definitely had a way of portraying it in a very good light. I would give Three Musketeers 3 Musketeers out of 5. I would say go see it. It's kind of got that nougat center that everyone's been looking for. This has been Critics Corner. Now back to the studio.
Now let's go to Weekend Preview with Sarah Hayden and Kelsey Matamore.
Hi, I'm Sarah Hayden.
And I'm Kelsey Matamore.
And this is your Halloween Weekend Preview.
The movies being released this weekend in the box office include Paranormal Activity 3, Footloose, and Real Steel. The DVDs being released this weekend include Bad Teacher, Winnie the Pooh, and Captain America.
As for this weekend's sports events, come support the boys varsity football team at Saturday at home at 1 o'clock versus Warren Hills. Also, come support the boys and girls varsity soccer teams that have both made it to counties at Kane University. The girls will be playing versus Westfield at 7:30, and the boys on Sunday at 7 versus Union. This has been your weekend preview.
Have a happy and safe Halloween.
Now back to the studio.
And now let's go to sports with Elizabeth Gallo filling in for Dan Lynch.
Thanks, Marisol. This past weekend, the varsity boys football team continued their winning streak as they shut out North Plainfield 34-0. Senior running back Anthony Byers contributed in a big way with another 300-plus yard rushing game. Friday night, he ran for 378 yards. Let's go on location with Anthony to get his reaction from the game.
We are here with Anthony Byers of the football team. So, Anthony, you guys just recently had a crushing victory over North Plainfield. How did that feel?
It feels good to get a good victory against North Plainfield.
And I heard that you set the record, the rushing record. Is this true?
I don't know yet.
You don't know? Well, next game you guys have Warren Hills, right? So how do you guys feel about that game going into this game?
We feel very confident winning 2 games in a row, so hopefully it'll be a good victory for us.
All right, and you know that with these recent rushes, you know that everybody's out to stop you. Do you think they will stop you?
No. I don't think so. We have good blocking, then I have good running.
So blocking and running, the key to their success. Thank you, Anthony, for your next win, and good luck.
Both the varsity girls and boys soccer teams easily beat their contenders in the semifinal round of the Union County tournament in which they played at Kane University. The boys played Saturday night versus Elizabeth, and the girls played Sunday evening versus Governor Livingston. Both teams are headed to the championship, which will take place on Saturday the 29th and Sunday the 30th. The Raider girls gymnastics team have been doing very well this season. On October 21st, the girls played third in the Union County tournament, falling to first place Westfield and runner-up Cranford. Junior Alex Peluso placed in all 4 of the events at the meet. All of us here at Raider News wish the girls continued success as their season begins to wind down. That's all for sports. Now back to Maddie and Marisol.
Let's zoom on over to Car of the Week.
Hi, I'm Alex Markovitz.
And I'm Kwame Philippe.
And this is Car of the Week with Tom Lyons. I'm here with Tom Lyons' Ford Escape, and it is a very powerful car with its V6 engine.
Here, Tom has a very spacious sunroof, enough cubic meters to get some nice air in to vent the car.
Tom has some nice gray leather here. He's a lot of leg room for the passenger and the driver, as long as in the back. It's a very spacious car and can hold a lot of people.
See here, Tom has some nice Yokohama tires, along with some shiny platinum silver rims. Some of the best in the market. Hear that?
Tom has a rack for doing his adventurous things that he loves to do. Like, he's a great surfer. He loves kayaking and biking, as well as snowboarding. And he definitely needed this on his car. I'm Alex Markovitz.
I'm Kwame Philippe.
And I'm Tom Lyons.
And this is your Car of the Week.
And now let's go to weekend weather with Stormy Sebs.
Hi, I'm Stormy Sebs with your weekend weather. On Saturday, we're supposed to get sleet showers with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 32. On Sunday, it's supposed to be beautiful weather, sunny with a high of 58 degrees. Stay warm, stay dry. This has been your weekend weather. Now back to the studio.
That wraps it up for the Period 6-7 edition of Raider News Update.
Be sure to stay tuned for last week's Period 4-5 edition of Raider News Update. Have a safe, happy, and spooktacular Halloween.
Trick or treat.